Hey guys, how are you doing today? I'm Curtis. Welcome back to the channel, Father to the Fatherless. I want to ask you a question right quick. Do you ever find yourself being upset and something happens in the day, or you get upset by something that happens, and then you're in a bad mood all day and maybe for several days, and maybe if you look back over your life so far, think about your family get-togethers and your time on vacation, if you've ever had a little vacation with your significant other. Maybe these days when you get triggered or you get upset like this, maybe it happens more often than not. How are you doing with that? Or do you ever have trouble with that? And do you ever, upon looking back and thinking about that, do you understand any of that, or what's going on with you, or why maybe you're upset a lot of the time, or maybe most of the time you're upset, or you're not content, you can't enjoy yourself, maybe you don't ever feel like you can enjoy a vacation or a break, or a day off with your family, because you should be working, you should be somewhere doing something, because you don't have it all together yet, and so you can't enjoy the moment you're in or the day that you have right in front of you. Does this connect with you at all? Do you ever have those days when you get upset, and man, after that, maybe an hour or two later, you don't even know why you're even upset anymore? You're just upset. You're just inside. You don't feel at ease. You don't feel comfortable. You don't feel happy. Well, I just want to talk about that for a minute or two here, because that's a big thing that I've been learning about myself. Complex trauma and your maybe disorganized or insecure attachment from your childhood or early in life. It is possible, brother, young man, it is possible that you are not even in touch with your emotional inner world at all. I think there are many people, myself included, that are living, and you came through and you were traumatized in early life, or things that you've been through in life, maybe a relationship, in your teens. I don't know how all this happens or when it happened for you, but there's a lot of people in today's world that have trauma and have been traumatized, and in order to survive the circumstances, they have at some point in time shut down parts of their emotions or their self-identity, the whole connection to their own emotional inner world. They broke and severed that connection. And your brain does this as a means of self-preservation. If you had a very turbulent childhood or time in your life where you were traumatized, then your brain will basically shut off parts of your inner emotional world that are not necessary for sheer survival. And then later on in life, like now, when you're a grown man and you're in the world trying to work and have a family and live a joyful, peaceable life, you find yourself, on days something happens, you're trying to have a cookout with your family on Saturday, something happens, you get triggered, you fly off the handle and you blow the whole day, for everybody, and you yourself don't even understand why that is. Well, it's because you've got trauma, my friend. It's because you have some CPTSD, complex trauma. You're out of touch with your inner emotional world, and you're just because you sever your emotional ties, just because you and I as men do what men are told to do, which is don't cry, be tough, stuff that stuff down, and be a man. Okay, that's what we're told to do. And just because you do that, you can do that, and you can survive for a period of time. You can go throughout your life without having any contact with your inner emotional world. But eventually it's going to come out, and just because you've disconnected from your inner emotional world does not mean that it's not there. Your emotions are in fact still there, and they're running amok under the hood there, and you're going around wondering, why do I feel bad today? Like, today's really a good day, and if I get back and I look at it, like, there's no reason I should be feeling sad today. There's no reason I should be feeling bad and defeated and upset today. Well, that's right. And that's our goal, guys, is, as we begin to become trauma aware, we want to begin to examine ourselves and our state. And we need to, try to reconnect with our inner emotional world and try to take an inventory of, why am I dysregulated today? I'm clearly not regulating my emotions. And that's the goal that I'm learning as I learn about trauma, is that, a healthy, whole person, everybody has emotions. Everybody has emotions. Emotions are, the warning systems that tell us, something's happening, something's not okay. But, a healthy person can feel the emotions when something happens. When a stressor event happens, your emotions flare up. Maybe you're triggered. We'll talk about triggers another time. That's really a separate subject of its own. But you should be able to feel your emotions rise, but get it under control. And the goal is to, for a healthy person, to feel your emotions rise as things happen throughout your life, but you ought to be able to regulate those emotions and get back to a healthy, stable state of, happiness, joy, gratitude, just, I don't know what you call that, that state of, good or neutral or happy. But we should be able to regulate ourselves back to good. But for a person that, if you're like me, if you have been out of touch with your inner emotional world, man, those emotions are down there running amok, and you're being triggered by this, and you're being upset by that, and you're going around throughout your days, and you're just half mad at the world half the time, and you don't even know why you feel like you feel today. And the goal is to begin to pay attention to yourself and realize, that life is really good. Like, you're okay. You're really okay. You're no longer in that place you were in as a child where you were traumatized, where you were neglected, where you were abused, or whatever happened to you, God forbid. You're no longer in that endangered environment. Even though this is the trauma piece, but even though you're being triggered by modern day events, you're being triggered, and the emotions from past years ago trauma is what's rising up and giving the outsized response of anger to the situation. The thing we need to begin to do, guys, is take a look at ourselves, on a daily basis even, and say, hey man, how am I doing today? Today is really, if I get outside of myself and I look around, today is really a good day. I have a wife and a son that love me. I have Jesus. I'm healthy. I'm able to go to work. I have food. My bills are paid. Really, it's a good day. I'm safe. I am basically safe. There's no major emergency occurring. There's no war going on over top of my head like the folks overseas are going through, bless their souls. There's no reason I can't be smiling today and feeling good about life and myself, and being loving and supportive to my family. There's no reason I can't be. Why am I not smiling today? Why am I upset today? Why am I dysregulated today? Why, and begin to become aware of this, and begin to do some trauma work, and learn to begin to reconnect with your inner emotional world, and call yourself out on your stuff. Because, guys, if you're in this, if you have trauma, then I'm talking to you, and you'll be relating to this. If you don't have trauma, God bless you. Praise God, you're healthy. We're trying to become like you, okay? But our goal, guys, is we want to become healthy people who are in touch with our inner emotional world, who who can regulate our emotions when life happens, because things happen all the time. Bad stuff happens all the time. And the goal is not to get my life perfect out there so that I can feel peaceable inside. The goal is I have to become in touch with myself and healthy and emotionally regulated inside, so that no matter what happens in life, I can be okay. That's the goal. But see, those of us that have come through trauma and have trauma, we have a hard time with this, because we're going along, we don't even know the terms, we're not even familiar with what trauma is. We just know we're emotionally dysregulated and upset at the world all the time, and I'm just trying to get you in touch with that. There's some young man out there listening to me that doesn't even realize he has trauma. You don't even realize that you've been traumatized, and you've been successful at stuffing it and going on about your way and living your life, and you've made it. You've survived, and I thank God that you have. That's me. I did that for years. But at some time down the road, some major life event can happen, like you get married, or you have a kid or two, or maybe some bad medical diagnosis, or maybe the loss of a loved one or the loss of a parent. When life happens and a major stressor event comes into your life, you get the opportunity to learn and become aware of your trauma, because it'll come up. When you have these extra stressful events that come up, you're gonna all of a sudden learn, man, we're in chaos here. I'm not doing good. I'm upset all the time. I'm hating my life. And you, brother, the deal is you're not in touch with your inner emotional world, and you're not able to regulate your emotions. You're not able to process life on life's terms as it is and be okay. And that is, in fact, the goal. Is you've got to get in touch with your inner emotional world, be able to regulate your emotions, and you and I have to learn to be okay with things no matter where they are. Okay? That's the goal. Not to have my life perfect on the outside, the perfect American dream. No, honey, if you're waiting on that, and I did this for years. I'm talking to me, okay? I'm talking to me and to any other young man out there who's going through what I have been through. For years, I have worked my fingers to the bone and worked like a dog, and would never let myself enjoy a vacation or a day off or anything, because my toxic shame at my core, because of my trauma, I don't feel like I deserve a vacation. Because my life is not perfect, because we're not completely set up, because all the maintenance on the house and the cars is not caught up, because I don't have all my financial future planned out and airtight, I can't let myself rest. I don't deserve a day off. I've got to work 17 jobs. I've got to do this. Now, I lived that way for years. And at some point, if God willing, you wake up and you realize, brother, I'm never going to get all this done. I'm never going to have the honey-do list completely done. I'm never going to have enough money to be enough to satisfy the sinful human heart. And if I'm waiting until all that is perfect, I'm never going to enjoy my life. I'm never going to enjoy my life or a vacation or time with my family. So what we have to do is we need to get in touch with what's really going on, acknowledge our trauma issues, acknowledge our emotional disconnect, get in touch with our emotional inner world, begin to learn when we're triggered and catch ourselves and realize, hey, the way I feel today is not in proper keeping with what's going on, and I need to regulate myself and get back in line. And over time, we can become healthier people. Now, of course, if you can get into therapy somewhere with a licensed counselor, that's awesome. If you have the time, luxury, and money for that. If not, you can get on YouTube and you can look up people like Tim Fletcher, Therapy in a Nutshell, Heidi Priebe. There's several good psychologists and counselors on YouTube that are talking about this stuff all the time for free. But young man, if you're there and you're hearing me and you find that you are upset many times and you don't realize why, and why can't I just enjoy my life? son, you probably have some trauma, and you need to begin to take the trip within, begin to learn up on trauma and become aware of what trauma is and what the terms are, and begin to examine yourself and work on yourself, because you can, and the goal is that you and I have to become healthy people. And as healthy people, we should be able to enjoy every day of our life, with the ups, with the downs, with the good, with the bad. We should be able to be joyful, happy, peaceful people no matter what's going on, because guys, we are okay. It is okay. You are okay. You are safe. You are going to make it. God is with you. And you know, if you're a Christian, you got even one more, even beyond this entire life. Beyond this life and the 401k and even your retirement and your golden years. Brother, when you and I pass away, we're going to go be with Jesus and God in heaven forever, in perfect paradise. No more sickness, no more pain, no more darkness, no more sickness, no more sadness. Perfection is on its way. If you're in Christ, you really are okay. You're going to see perfection forever because of Jesus Christ. You have everything to celebrate, nothing to mourn. We're blessed, guys. And so I just want to help you walk in that truth today. The reality is you're okay, I'm okay, and you and I just need to train our emotional inner world to be in alignment with these outer objective realities. The fact that we are okay, and it is a good day, and I can smile and love my family and love Jesus and enjoy myself wherever I am, with whatever's going on, with whatever I do have or don't have. I can be okay, and I can have a good day. So listen, I hope this helps you, young man. I'm just beginning to learn all this stuff myself. I am no licensed counselor. I'm probably going to get some things wrong and call things by the wrong terms, okay? But I'm just trying to process life in real time as I'm living it, as I am going through these things myself. I'm trying to share with you and maybe help you learn something faster than I was able to learn it, so that you can get to a better place sooner and faster in life than I have been able to get there. But we're on this road together, brother, and we're going to make it. And it's okay, and we're okay, and Jesus loves you, buddy. And I hope you know that and believe that, and I hope you're saved. And I want you to have a good day in the Lord. I want you to enjoy yourself. And if this speaks to you, I want to encourage you to learn about trauma and begin to work on yourself. You can enjoy your life. You can be in touch with your inner world. You can understand, and you can feel the joy that you should be feeling. But you got to get reconnected on that journey within. Have a good day.